At this moment, Li Lin, the stepmother, hurriedly tried to smooth things over. Kingzi, what's wrong with you? Are you feeling unwell? If you're uncomfortable, we can come back another day. Mom knows you feel wronged, but after all, Han Ying is your brother. The bride must have a downtown house. Right now, downtown houses can't be bought even with money, they need to be drawn by lots. Sai, I'm begging you as your mom. Just help your only brother. We'll figure out a way to get you another set after you get married. Enough with that. Han's father, who had been silent all this time, suddenly spoke up, glaring at Han Qingxia. Do you really think this house belongs to you? What does a girl like you want with a house? This house is for your brother. When you get married, let your husband buy one for you. Why argue with your brother? Han Qingxia heard her father's words and couldn't even be bothered to get angry anymore. In her past life, she even suspected why her father treated her, his biological daughter, so poorly and favored his stepson so much. It was because Han Ying was his biological son, his true son. Before he married her mother, he had already married Li Lin in his hometown and had a son. In his eyes, she was nothing. Not to mention how ugly his face would become after the apocalypse. She held up 2 fingers. 2 million. Everyone present was stunned upon hearing this, none understanding. Han Qingxia, what are you saying? This house was my mother's premarital property, and it was legally gifted to me later. The ownership of the property deed is mine. If you want it, pay up, and I'll give you a discount of 2 million. Do you want to buy the house from us? Are you kidding me? Besides, where do we get that much money? Han Qingxia raised the electronic watch on her wrist. I'll give you 5 figures to think about. If you don't agree, I'll sell it to someone else. 5. Han Qingxia, we're your elders, and you're discussing money with us. Han Ying's grandmother angrily interjected. 4. You ungrateful wolf, I'll kill you. Han Qingxia coldly warned the old lady, speeding up. I dare you. Han Ying's father stood up to hit her. Han Qingxia kicked the chair he was sitting on, disdainfully watching the fallen Han's father, coldly spitting out, 1. Han Qingxia, you've got guts. You dare hit even Dad. Manager Li, I want to sell the house for 2 million. Facing the group's fury, Han Qingxia ignored them, took out her phone, and made a call. This house has been entrusted to the agency for rental until Han Qingxia turns 18 and gets the keys. That's why this house has been kept until now. You're eager to take it. Han Qingxia chuckled and glanced over. Fine, I'll. Don't say any more, we agree. Li Lin, seeing Han Qingxia about to sell, quickly agreed, Qingxia. Sell it to us. Don't joke. This house is worth 3 million on the market. Selling it for 2 million is a breeze. And with so many restrictions on new downtown properties, residency requirements and lotteries, Han Qing's house is highly sought after. Even though things didn't go as planned for them, the most important thing is not to let outsiders take advantage of the bargain. With this 2 million, she could easily make another million by reselling. Buy it quickly. Han Qingxia looked at Li Lin's agreeing smile and hung up the phone. Well, I'll sell it to them. Selling it for 2 million, although it's a bit of a loss for Han Qingxia, she couldn't sell it that quickly in the short term. Time is money, and she needs both time and money. Most importantly, after selling the house to them, they wouldn't have much money left. She calculated that they'd only have 2 million on hand. Before the apocalypse hit, the government had issued a warning to stockpile supplies for 3 days. She wondered what they were hoarding. Ding, 200 million deposited into the bank account. Half an hour later, at the bank counter, Han Qingxia's account was credited with 2 million. Li Lin and the others looked reluctant, but they paid up. On Han Qingxia's end, Manager Li's phone kept ringing incessantly. Unwilling to complain, she was afraid that Han Qingxia would sell it to another agency. The housing authority is on holiday these days. I'll go with you for the transfer when they're back in office, Han Qingxia told them. It's okay, Qingxia, don't you trust us? Li Lin squinted her fox-like eyes and smiled beautifully at her. There's no rush for the transfer. We'll let you know later. She seemed generous and reassuring, but Han Qingxia knew she wasn't trusting her at all. She was wary of her future daughter-in-law who was about to enter the family.